Welcome to the third round of Thursday Night Thunder here at iRacing's Darlington Motor Speedway. Racing with heavy hearts tonight. Our good friend, Luke Allen, recently passed. This past week, survived by a darling child and a loving wife. Tonight we race for Luke, we race for his family, and we race really for the love of each other. The missing spot at the front of this row for our friend Luke. Tonight we're going to have fun. Tonight we're going to enjoy a lot of racing. We're going to enjoy a great third week. It's been an absolute knockout 2 weeks of racing in Thursday Night Thunder. This third is going to be no different, but it's going to be a bit more special. Luke Allen was, you could say, one of the original members of Thursday Night Thunder, or thinking back as far as I can, arch enemy, his gamer tag on the console side. Certainly one of the boys, certainly one of the guys that in the early days of Thursday Night Thunder, he was constantly there. He was a concrete cornerstone of the building of TNT and what was later to become the Alliance Racing Championship Series. For us, not having Luke Allen is certainly one of the biggest losses TNT has suffered in a very, very long time. But it's going to be a fun celebration of the life of our friend Luke. So in that memory, we have a PayPal link to support his family if you do feel so inclined. Every last bit helps. We're going to put that in the Twitch chat. And we're going to be hammering that link all night for Luke's lovely wife and his lovely child. Starting on the front row, it's a North Carolina-Texas combination. Donald Ray on the inside with Dustin Painter to his outside. Love these two throwbacks. Of course, Buckshot Jones on the outside, and you could say Kyle Busch on the inside. They'll be leading the field to green. 154 laps of action from the lady in black. Who will be brave enough to take on the track? Too tough to tame. Waiting for the signal. Green flag waves. Let's go racing. Virginia's Tommy Withers with a glove save on the inside line. Dustin Painter gets away with a fantastic lead ahead of Donald Ray. Connecticut's Thomas Andrews sitting in third, with Missouri's Seth Wansing in the fourth position, racing that oh-so-rare Jeff Gordon DuPont Premier paint scheme. He's got Ohio's Terry Gabbard sitting in the fifth position. Gabbard hoping for a great race tonight, or even something a bit better than what he's had in previous weeks. Terry Gabbard, the runner-up in the first season of Thursday Night Thunder, comes into tonight's race sitting 17th in points, looking for his first top 10 of the season. Dustin Painter, now Donald Ray putting in the fastest lap of tonight's race. 30.74 seconds is what the Texas pilot puts up. He's gone purple. Dustin Painter second fastest with a 30.80 seconds. Rounding out the top 10, New Jersey's Tristan Catania in the Black Aces 48, down to the inside line where John Honeybreak sits on the outside in that all too familiar number 20 Home Depot Pontiac. Tony Stewart, of course, the driver that made that famous. Donald Ray went purple for a brief moment. Then it was Thomas Andrews, and then it was Ryan Pennell. the native South Carolinian from nearby Charleston, racing with that special decal for our friend Luke Allen, known as Arch Enemy. Ryan with that fastest lap, 30.51 this time around, as he scrapes and shows sparks. He won't go fastest, but Tommy Reynolds goes fastest in the number 7 Aramark Chevrolet. Reynolds coming off that second corner with a great draft behind Ohio's Terry Gabbard. Right up on his bumper. Let's see what the world looks like from inside the 6th place car. Wants him to the outside, and we'll get another look at Reynolds, but the Missouri driver getting a bit too high, wide, and handsome out of turn number 4. Makes contact with that wall. He drops out of the top 5. Josh Garrison in the number 44 Coast Guard Dodge Charger. Or is that the Intrepid? That's the Intrepid. A lot of Dodges in here. Well, I say a lot. Not really. But it's always special to see the Dodge paint schemes. You don't see a lot of Dodge paint schemes out on this track. And then Stephen Downton is another one with a far more familiar number 19 of Jeremy Mayfield, running a special decal in honor of Arch Enemy on the back end of that 19. At the front, Rockwall, Texas, Donald Gray to the point with Dustin Painter in tow. Thomas Andrews sitting in that 3rd position in the number 88, the Stamford, Connecticut pilot, looking to get another win this season. He started the season at the Rock with a win. Sitting atop the points right now, he's 1 lone point ahead of North Carolina's Dustin Painter. Tom Sears not present in tonight's race, sitting 3rd in those points right now. Andrews in 3rd. Terry Gabbard, the Ohio pilot, still in 5th. He's lost Seth Wansing. He's half a second behind. Elrich George, all the way from Nassau in the Viagra Dodge, having a bit of a spill. Looks like he just came out of pit road. Let's see what happened to George. He also got loose. He's so loose out of turn number 2. The car just snaps around on him, but he keeps it off the wall. And the number 40 Viagra Dodge comes to a dignified stop, and he keeps it moving in the right direction. Tristan Catania's gone around as well, or has he? The number 48 car with some issues here, and he's just having some internet issues, some intermittent internet issues, and Catania simply disappeared off the face of the track and out of the top 10 with those internet issues, down to 18th. John Honeybreak in the number 20 Home Depot Pontiac, comfortably into the top 10. He sits 3 seconds ahead of Cody Riggs, and he's only 1 3/4 seconds away from Los Angeles David Houck, rocking the number 21 Good Wrench Service Chevrolet paint scheme. The Orange County pilot in that top 10. He's 1.5 seconds behind Kentucky's Briley Wright, rocking the number 18 NOS Toyota Camry. Doing well behind Seth Wansing. Briley comes into this race 21st in the point standings, but with 15 bonus points. He's led 15, not 15 bonus points. He's, that's drop points. He's already taken his drop race this season, so Riley will get no more bonus points for any more drop races. A little bit of insight into the points system in Thursday Night Thunder. Drivers get a mulligan, if you want to call it. Caution number 1 comes out as Rich Catania has had an incident. The number 24 DuPont Chevrolet Impala around out of turn number 2. We'll talk more about those points in a moment. Let's see what happened to Richie in the 2-4. Oh, he just got loose in front of Charleston's Ryan Pennell. Jason Alexander, the Salem, South Carolinian, also at his home track, just getting plowed into and just destroyed by the number 19 of Stephen Downton. Let's have one more look and see what caused that 24 car to crash, and the resulting pileup that was more violent than the crash itself. The 2-4 just checking up, getting nailed by the 17. And watch Catania come back down, and watch this. Here comes Stephen Downton in the 2-4. In the 1-9, excuse me. I think. No, what happened to Stephen Downton? There he is. He's already turned around. One more look from the blimp, and let's see if we can get at least a more explanatory view on what happened. Not sure what happened to the 2-4, but didn't look pretty from there. Rich Catania taking a bit of a spill, and the resulting accident brings out the first caution of the evening. Donald Ray, our race leader in the number 5 CarQuest Chevrolet. He's got Dustin Painter behind him in that 00. Tommy Reynolds currently holding the bronze medal spot. This gives us our first opportunity to take a break. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more racing from Darlington.
Race car.
Back at Virtual Darlington, Donald Ray leads Dustin Painter at the Lady in Black. There you see Rich Catania in that last yellow, just coming out of pit road, receiving repairs. The Floridian will come back on tracks about one lap off the... he's on the lead lap, excuse me. Jason Alexander, one lap down. He's the first car showing one lap off the pace, as is Dan Maddox in the number 10 Monster Energy Camaro. Jeremy Brio in the number 7 Ford Taco Bell Chevrolet comes into tonight's race, climbing through the points. Having missed that first run, he sits 15th in the point standings right now, only 5 points behind Ryan Pennell. Hoping to do well as the green flag comes out. Donald Ray takes off in a grand hurry. Let's go racing from Darlington. Tommy Withers in that number 60, doing a brilliant job just staying on the fringes of that top 10. The 10th position is Josh Garrison, just ahead of him. And then sitting in 9th, you've got Gavin Hudspeth. He's up 12 places from where he started in the Taco Bell 38 Ford. But that explains why all these drivers are up top. First place, Donald Ray, all the way down to 11th place, Tommy Withers, did not pit. Starting with John Honeybreak in the 12th position, we're going to see the difference between 13 laps of tires. John Honeybreak, Seth Wansing, Jeremy Brio. Now Cody Riggs loose out of turn number 2. Contact with the 38. Riggs slides back into traffic. The 74 of Brio just dodges him. You see the 9 of Seth Wansing just squeezing through that accident. Caution number 2 comes out at the Darlington Raceway. And just as we were talking about these drivers that had not come down pit road, Cody Riggs, Josh Garrison, Gavin Hudspeth, all involved in that most recent accident. Let's go back and have a look at what happened on lap 19. Oh, they're already wrecking there. Hudspeth just being shuffled down the racetrack by the front bumper of Josh Garrison in the Coast Guard Dodge. Let's see if we can get a closer look. Nope, they're already wrecking there. Let's go back a little further. Out of turn 2, keep your eye on that 38 car. The 3 of Riggs just gets on the apron and snaps loose. It looks like the 44 of Garrison tries his hand at getting to the inside of car 38. And that's really all she wrote there. One more look. Let's ride along with Josh Garrison here. Garrison tried sneaking up the middle. He saw an opportunity and took it. And that's what it cost. Let's ride on board with Seth Wansing in the 9. Watch this. Just squeezing through that ever closing gap. One more look. Keep your eye on car number 9. Oh, he did make contact. He did just scrape the right-hand side of car number 3. Almost made it through. And that's a Darlington stripe. We can't give him a Cole Trickle move of the race, but we will give Kansas City's Seth Wansing a Darlington stripe. The reigning A-squared champion. Almost squeezing through. Donald Ray at the front with Tommy Reynolds sitting in that 2nd position. Dustin Painter rolling in 3rd in the 00. Buckshot Jones, Pontiac. Thomas Andrews in that 4th spot. Briley Wright in the 5th position. Let's see if we can bother Donald Ray, a.k.a. Jacket. Find out what he's thinking. Donald Ray, Rick James up top. You got me?
I got you, buddy.
Leading this race, you've got 1 to green. Next time by, you chose not to pit. That leaves all of the top 7 and 2 more drivers. Cody Riggs and Josh Garrison sitting 10th and 11th that didn't pit. Are tires not that important, or is it just too early?
They're not that important if you're patient. And you can be fast at this track, but if you get just a little too aggressive, you're going to knock the toe out of your car, slamming the wall. So Jayco had fresh tires behind me there, and after a couple laps, I was able to gap him a little bit before that caution. So I don't think it's that big a deal. I'm just trying to conserve him.
Going green next time by, Mr. Ray. Tell us, what's your favorite track on the NASCAR circuit?
Man, there's a bunch of them, but I'm going to have to say Vegas.
That's a good one. That's a great one. I can't wait to go there. Keep the shiny side up, buddy. Make it front at the front. We'll see you later.
All right, Rick. Thanks, bud.
Donald Ray lining up on the point. He's the control car coming to green. Getting a reputation like Ron Hornaday for those monster restarts that he gets. We'll see if he puts his foot down and gets a good leap on Tommy Reynolds. Tommy Reynolds is no spring chicken. Tommy Reynolds knows that Donald Ray has a knack for restarts. We'll see who gets the advantage. 23 laps will be complete of the scheduled 154. If you've recently tuned in, keep your eye on that 5. Donald Ray jumps immediately. Fantastic restart. Let's go racing. Tommy Reynolds getting a fantastic run out of the second corner. Stephen Doughton trying to make way. There goes the 10 of Dan Maddox now, all the way to the inside line. Nobody wrecking. Tristan Catania squeezes through. Stephen Doughton in the number 19 Dodge Dealers Intrepid just getting away with that one there. Let's see if we can take one more look, lest we miss some more action at the front. Nope, caution is out for the third time tonight. Seems like Patrick Allen and Cody Riggs. Look at Riggs, that number 3 AC Delco Chevrolet in deep trouble. The Kentucky pilot looking like he's driving a modified more than a stock car. Colorado's Patrick Allen. In the unsponsored number 1, the toe knocked out of that car. Looks like Josh Garrison also got a piece of that one. He seems to be okay. And Gavin Hudspeth also picked up a knock there. And the number 38 Taco Bell Ford does file in with a motionless right front tire. The rubber petrified from the recent accident. Let's have a look and see what caused these 4 cars to come together so unharmoniously. Patrick Allen's already in the wall. He just comes off that wall right onto the 38 car. And the 38 car's lifted and now mounted on the hood of the 1. And with no drive, well, no steering ability in that right front, it's looking like a grave wound. Let's have one more look on board the 1 car of Patrick Allen. Allen looks like he's just trying to turn the car on the entrance of turn number 1. Where does Cody Riggs come in all of this? Josh Garrison coming up behind the 3 car of Cody Riggs. Oh, and he just lifts the 3 car of Riggs. Gabbard also gets into the 2, and that's the second accident for Cody Riggs tonight. Listen to Cody Riggs here and see if he lifts her. Let's try to listen to what happens. Oh, he does indeed lift out of that second corner. And that deafening crunch up against the wall. Have a listen with Josh Garrison. One more look with Terry Gabbard. So seemingly 2 accidents in 2 different places. The 38 of Gavin Hudspeth using one of his fast repairs. Cody Riggs in that 3 car also using his one and only fast repair. The South Carolinian Ryan Pinnell has a knock on the right rear corner of the Roush Mustang. He's going to bring that car in. Dan Maddox, safe and sound. Well, for a scrape on the right-hand side, he's going to bring his Camaro down pit road. He took a heavy knock on the outside of turn number 2. He keeps on ticking. So Donald Ray leads this race with Tommy Reynolds in the 2nd position. Dustin Painter sitting in 3rd. 28 laps of the scheduled 154 are underway from virtual Darlington. We're going to take another 2-minute break and we'll be back with more TNT Racing. Back at Darlington, Texas, Donald Ray gets another great leap. He comes into this race 8th in points, only 2 markers off Tommy Withers. Green flag is out again. Ray with a big tail whip out of that second corner, but this isn't the X Games, and now that gives Tommy Reynolds a chance to the inside. He missed the hole shot into turn number 1, but he gets back on it, and he's right behind the wake of Donald Ray. 31 laps now underway from virtual Darlington. If you've just recently tuned in, I'm Rick James. You're watching the Chevrolet of Donald Ray lead the Chevrolet of Tommy Reynolds, and then the 00 Buckshot Pontiac of Dustin Painter sitting in 3rd. Stamford, Connecticut's Thomas Andrews in 4th with a mirror full of Jeremy Brio. Brio sitting 15th in the points standings, having a great chance to make up some places. The 88 of Thomas Andrews. Just checking up at a turn number 2. That's going to allow Jeremy Brio to get to the inside. And the 7-4 Taco Bell Chevrolet cracks the top 4. He's up 15 places from where he started last time around, running a 30.61 second lap. His fastest of the race. Jeremy Brio last time around, 30.95. Up into the top 4. Closing in on Dustin Painter, who's falling off the top 2. Or at least second place. Tommy Reynolds within a half second to race leader, Donald Ray. The local flavor of the race, Ryan Pennell, running in the 13th position. The Charleston, South Carolina native coming up behind Kansas City's Seth Wansing. Wansing getting loose out of turn number 4, showing a bit of open space to the inside lane. Pennell doesn't take the bait, and he continues following in the trail. 2 South Carolinians nose to tail. Mr. Jason Alexander from Salem, South Carolina, in the number 5-3 Coors Chevrolet up behind Ryan Pennell, taking advantage of that battle with Wansing. The 44 of Josh Garrison in the middle. The Ohio native coming down pit road. Something went on with that 44. Let's go back and see what happened. Garrison loose, not coming down pit road, just slow. This is 3 laps prior. See if we can find out what actually happened to Garrison. There he is, loose out of, just well loose out of that second corner. Wansing, look at the quick moves by Wansing just to avoid that accident there. Garrison rejoins the fun in the 16th position. Ryan Pennell looks like he's picked up a huge knock in that 1-7 car. Or just a momentary glitch, it looks like. Still has the damage on the right rear corner, but he's locked, entrenched in an engrossing battle. The 9 of Seth Wansing gives another tail whip out of that second corner. No damage on Ryan Pennell, just a momentary glitch in that last corner, possibly a blink, but now Wansing pays for that great action out of turn 2, sends it a little too deep into turn number 3, brushes up alongside that wall, and it's not the first scrape that the young A-squared champion has taken tonight. The DuPont Chevrolet in control now, just on the fringes of the top 10. The 7-4 of Jeremy Brio running the high side with Stanford's Thomas Andrews. Behind him, Brio coming up on the 00 of Painter. Brio gets a good shake out of turn number 4, loses momentum, and the Connecticut pilot Thomas Andrews in that 88 Quality Care Ford, made famous by Dale Jarrett, just escapes contact with the 7-4. Briley Wright in the 1-8 has to check up also, and heads up play by the 88, heads up play by the 1-8, just narrowly avoiding a big accident. Everybody wisely checks up, and we stay green on lap 38. That right there is heads-up driving. They live to fight another lap. Terry Gabbard joins that fight from the 7th position, the freaky fast 4 Ford Fusion. piloted by the Lexington, Ohio native, gets right up on the bumper of Briley Wright. This is up close and personal, the battle for 7th. Hear just how gingerly these drivers have to be on that throttle to avoid contact, and patience prevails for Ohio's Terry Gabbard. Jeremy Brio again running an erratic line in that 4th position, trying to overtake North Carolina's Dustin Painter in 3rd. 4.5 seconds is the gap between Painter in 3rd, Tommy Reynolds in the 2nd spot, who's still within 1 second to Donald Ray, but you've got to give it up to the driver of the 5, the Texas native, opening up the biggest lead of the race. 41 laps into this 154 lap. Action-packed race so far. We're watching Thomas Andrews in that 8.8. He sits in the 5th spot while Jeremy Brio gets to the inside of the 00 finally. Brio, who pitted on lap 3, has tires that are just a bit more fresh than Dustin Painter. Donald Ray, Tommy Reynolds still have not pitted. Dustin Painter, Thomas Andrews still have not pitted. Terry Gabbard pitting on lap 20. Briley right behind him. Again, has not pitted. Honeybreak now challenging Briley Wright. 43 laps into this race, we finally could be seeing the benefit of tires. Bama Trama joins the chat. Mama Vols, how are you tonight? Glad you could be here on such a special night, Mama. We are enjoying a great night of racing. Dustin Painter on the high side with Andrews now on the inside line. Terry Gabbard trying to find his way through. We're also racing in memory of our dear friend Luke Allen. A lot of folks around the console side knew him as arch enemy. Luke passed recently, being survived by his wife and child. Tonight we race in the memory of Luke, we race in the celebration of Luke, and if you'd like to help in our humble little pool to support Luke and his family, there is the link one more time in the Twitch chat for you all. Give what you can and help just a bit. It would really make a lot of people's day. And for some reason, that chat box is not popping up. Let's see if we can do this one more time. Sorry to flood the Twitch chat, but it's for a good cause. Hey, there it is. All right, just my overlays. But click that link in the Twitch chat. Help out Luke Allen's family. We race in the memory of Luke tonight. Arch enemy is known, but one of our dearest friends. Tommy Reynolds recently taking the lead on Donald Ray on lap 44. Let's see what happened. Looks like the 5 car just got into the wall in the corner. And that does it for Donald Ray. That ends his reign as the race leader. He's led every lap up until now. 45 laps of dominance now falls into the lap of Tommy Reynolds, but he is on the run. 0.7 of a second is the distance between the 7 and the 5 running first and second respectively. 6 seconds behind, Jeremy Brio has a 0.4 of a second gap over Thomas Andrews in that 4th position. Dustin Painter sits 0.4 behind 5th place, Terry Gabbard. John Honeybrink into that oh-so-sweet Tony Stewart looking Home Depot Pontiac. Comes to the inside of the more modern 2003 Pontiac Grand Prix with an older paint scheme. Actually, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that black 00 Aquafresh car was driven in 1990. No, maybe it was 2003. I'm not sure because Painter has the 2003 decals. I like to think I'm good on this stuff, but I'm not good enough to know what year that black Aquafresh car was raced. And I'll tell you what, if somebody, the first person to come to the right to tell me the correct answers on this. Let's do a little something for the viewers here. The first person to tell me whose paint scheme was more modern, either the 20 of John Honeybreak or the black Aqua Fresh Pontiac of Dustin Painter, ignoring those 2003 decals. First person with the right answer will go ahead and win a subscription to Rick James TV for the next month. So between Dustin Painter in the 00 and the 20 of John Honeybreak, whose paint scheme is more modern? First person with the right answer wins a month's subscription to Rick James TV. Green flag pit stops are underway for those that did not come in. Race leader Tommy Reynolds is one of those that did not come in. So he's bringing the number 7 Aramark Chevrolet down pit road, and that's going to make Thomas Andrews the new leader at Darlington in car 88. Thomas Andrews at the point. Ohio's Terry Gabbard in the second spot. He did pit on lap 20, but he seems to be giving up oodles of ground to John Honeybreak in that 2-0 Home Depot Pontiac. South Carolina's Jason Alexander sits in fourth, with another South Carolinian, Ryan Pennell, sitting in the 5th position. Ryan's first race at the Darlington Raceway was the 1998 Southern 500. I believe that race was won by none other than Jeff Gordon, driving a car quite similar to that of Rich Catania in the 2-4 DuPont Chevrolet. Jeff Gordon winning, I think, 5 straight Southern 500s in the late 90s. 4 or 5, something like that. He won like 4 straight or 5 straight, I'm not sure, but certainly a feat that you can't imagine would ever be matched again. Rich Catania bringing a little bit of Rainbow Warrior love to Darlington. That 2-4 Chevrolet leaving his pit stall. And another Jeff Gordon paint scheme being rocked by Seth Wansing, if you haven't yet noticed. This one we know is a bit less modern. Well, actually, no, than that 2-4. If you want to split hairs, that 9 car did come after the 1995 Rainbow Warrior paint scheme of Rich Catania, but I'm being incredibly boring and pedantic about paint schemes. Let's go back to racing. Thomas Andrews leads this race. He's coming down pit road, and he's going to give up that lead to the 2-0 of John Honeybreak, who's your new leader. 52 laps now complete. John Honeybreak leading that 52nd lap. And Terry Gabbard in that second spot has Jason Alexander coming up behind him as we have a new fastest lap tonight. That's going to fall to that 7 car of Tommy Reynolds, and that shows what fresh tires can do for you. The pilot of that number 7 with a 30.42 second lap is the new fastest lap holder in this race. To the inside of Cody Riggs in that number 3. Tommy Reynolds running in the 9th position, gets to the inside of Ryan Pennell. Pennell hasn't come down in this current cycle. He's sitting in that 4th position. He's up 13 places from where he started. And it looks like Jeremy Brio's got a great run out of that second corner. Look at him come steaming by. Brio, one of those, wow, really sent it in deep in turn number 3. He got on the apron, but he still made it stick. Pennell scooting back in a hurry. Jeremy Brio, that last time around, pitted on lap 49, so his tire's only 6 laps old. That last time around, Jeremy Brio putting in a 31.35. Ryan Pennell, a 33.21. 2 seconds of difference in tires that are 20 laps old. Rockwall's Donald Ray is one of those drivers that just pitted on this most recent cycle. He's up to the 9th position right now, bothering Ryan Pennell for 8th. Rich Catania in the 2-4 DuPont Chevrolet. He also pitted during that last cycle, but Richie finds himself in the 18th position, 2 laps down. The 7 of Tommy Reynolds slow out of pit road. What's gone on with this Aramark Chevrolet? He's got a big dent on the right front corner. Not sure if he spun it coming out of pit road, but he sits in the 10th position. Donald Ray comes out with Dustin Painter just behind him. Ray looking to the inside of South Carolina's Ryan Pennell, the Texan, in the 8th position. Finds himself 1 lap down. Caution number 4 is out. Caution number 4 out on the racetrack on lap 57. Not sure what's gone on. Elrich George in the 40 car has a big dent on the right front corner. Steven Down in the 19 is undamaged. Tristan Catania also slow. Let's see what happened here. Elrich George comes down pit lane. The Bahamian from Nassau slow out of pit road. Let's back this up. We can't find the exact moment of caution. Oh, that's where Tommy Reynolds was slow in the 7. That's where it happened. Keep your eye on this 7 car. Elrich George in the 40 gets into the wall on the front straight. He comes down on the 7. Seemingly like Patrick Allen did earlier in this race. Let's ride along with George in that 40. Bama Trema donating in that PayPal link to the family of the late Luke Allen. There's a couple of more links for you. We're going to spam this link all night. We're celebrating our dear friend Luke Allen. Help his family out with that PayPal link in the Twitch chat. Let's have one more look. George in the 40, already in the wall. And there's... Okay, so we're well behind here. Let's ride along with George in the 40 and have a listen. Let's see what happens. It looks like he was just trying to keep it off that wall, and the 7 of Reynolds really came on strong. Really hard to tell, obviously, because we're not in that 7 car or the 40 car. Elrich George comes down pit lane, and the Bahamian will have to get some repairs once again on this 59th lap of the scheduled 154. Cody Riggs being scored as the leader. Lurkin Tom Gaming, not present in tonight's race, said he got stuck on the wall and overcorrected, plus bad timing created this. It's unfortunate, and unfortunate indeed, actually, that it would occur. Let's actually, well, it looks like we still have some stops to cycle through here. John Honeybreak scored in that 2nd spot. Jason Alexander being scored in the 3rd position. We're going to need some time to reorganize the field, so we're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll be back in just 2 small minutes with more racing from iRacing's Darlington. Don't go anywhere. You're watching di9Designs Thursday Night Thunder.